on in. So we're going to talk about Taylor polynomials today. We're going to use the general formula for Taylor polynomials that we got last time, and we're going to apply it to a specific case. In this case, we'll look at the third order Taylor polynomial of sine of x. Have a seat. Okay, so we remember the general formula for the nth degree Taylor polynomial of a function f of x. It's Pn of x equals f of 0 plus f prime of 0 times x plus f double prime of 0 times x squared over 2 factorial plus f triple prime of 0 times x cubed over 3 factorial, and then we'll say plus dot dot dot, and the last term will be the nth derivative of f at 0 times x to the n over n factorial. We use the parentheses here to represent the nth derivative. So now let's try this for the function f of x equals sine x. And we said we would take the third degree Taylor polynomial, n equals 3. So the first step in putting the pieces together is to calculate all the derivatives of sine up through the third derivative. So we have f prime of x, the derivative of sine is cosine of x, f double prime of x, the derivative of cosine is negative the sine of x, and finally f triple prime of x, the derivative of negative sine of x is negative cosine x. Before we can put this into the formula, we have to evaluate each of these at 0. So we'll do that over here. F of 0 is the sine of 0, which is 0. F prime of 0 is the cosine of 0, and that's 1. F double prime of 0 is negative the sine of 0, and that's 0 again. And f triple prime of 0 is negative the cosine of x, and that's negative the cosine of 0, and that's negative 1. So now it's just a simple matter of putting this together. P3 of x, the third Taylor polynomial, is going to be f of 0. Let's see, f of 0 is 0. And f prime of 0, so plus f prime of 0, which is 1 times x, plus f double prime of 0, which we said was 0, times x squared over 2 factorial. And the last term will be f triple prime of 0, which we said was minus 1, times x cubed over 3 factorial. And so let's simplify this by getting rid of the 0 terms and writing out the factorials. We see that P3 of x is x minus x cubed over 6. Okay, we're done.